tried to get Delisha the pen. She said no, so I don't know. Thank you. Can I go down there?
Probably should be able to do it anywhere you want. Good morning, everyone. Up, Dee Dee. I don't see my thing. I don't know if I'm on there. No, my mic. There we are. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Live from St. Joe. Rematch from yesterday. It'll be the Knights and the St. Joe Griffons. JV will be up first, followed by the varsity. JV getting a 7-2 victory yesterday afternoon at senior night in Independence. JV2 followed that with a tie against the Stars. And of course, if you tuned in on senior night for the varsity action, it was the Knights getting a shutout win against the Griffons. Trent Smith getting that shutout on his final home game. Zwillenberg got himself a hat trick on his final home game. And the Knights poured it on in that second period with 4 power play goals. So quite a performance on senior night. We're back up early and in St. Joe, a nice 5:30 rise time for most. Hitting the door or hitting the road by 6:30 to get up here. It's about an hour and 15-minute drive from Blue Springs anyways. And some had even a little further of a drive. So Russo and Dinsmore warming up. We'll see who gets the nod. Dinsmore got it yesterday against St. Joe. Neal, for some reason, the only one out there with black socks. Guess he couldn't find his reds. Way to lose your equipment there, Chase. Those aren't even his black game day socks. Those are his practice ones. Oh, boy. Lower ceiling over here at Bode, so be prepared for a few extra stoppages. They've got a net hanging down. You can probably see it just at the top of the camera. So a lot of pucks get deflected up into that. Typically a very hard ice surface, so usually you see some speed increase with that harder ice surface. Bodes well for your speedsters, so watch for Freddie Richter. He's one of them. Neal, he's definitely one of them. Out here for this JV, Morrow, he's got some speed helping out from the JV2. They got a tie last night, like I said, against the Stars on their senior night. Weeby showed a lot of speed yesterday in that JV game, so we'll see how that increases with her. See who the Knights will bring out here to start. It looks like Russo's going to get the start in net as he's doing his little thought process there, halfway up to the blue line. Played backup role yesterday in both the varsity and the JV, so he'll get the nod here on this Sunday morning. So we'll have JV1, and then the varsity, and then we'll have a break, and then 6:45 tonight will be a makeup game. Varsity Knights versus the Stars. That'll be an independence makeup from the very first week of the season when the ref showed up 7 p.m. and the game was at 7 a.m., so we had no refs. Knights will bring out Goins, Neal, and Busher. Morrison and Graham. McManus, Sullivan. Looking to see who's on the other side. I think that's another Sullivan. A lot of brothers in hockey, if we noticed over this season, from various teams. Clark will start on defense, along with Broner. And we're underway. Puck trickles out, comes to Morrison, slaps it off the half wall, just behind Neal. Sullivan comes back checks it, slaps it back into neutral. Dump back in for the Knights, delayed offsides, and now we're going to get an icing. As Clark sent that one off the half wall all the way down into the Knights' end. Faceoff will come back to the right side of Patius. Goins will take the faceoff once again. Neal's over to his right, Busher's to his left. If you know the kids, you'll obviously could tell the difference in height, as Busher's nice and tall. And I think I called Chase a shrub brush a couple weeks ago. That's about right. Face-off won by the Griffons. Now slapped around the half wall. Comes over near side. Mark can't get to it. Graham sends it back down low. Now it'll be Conroy. Chipped off Mark. Neal bounces right over his stick. He would have had a clean shot from the slot, but couldn't control that puck as it was bouncing around. Comes up high. Graham sends one. That's blocked by Milburn. Goes off into the far corner. Powell will try to clear it. Now it comes over near side. Neal will race over. Mark was looking to go take a shot at him, but whoa, there went a stick flying up in the air. There goes another stick. Shot, Pontius with a save. Rebound, Goins can't knock it in. Cleared out to neutral. Graham to Neal. Around Mark. And we're going to get an offsides. Well, somebody had a nice stick lift. Lifted all the way up into that netting we were talking about. A good 12 feet in the air. In will come Fast Freddie Richter, Diaz, and Brookfield. Becker and McClin on the defense for this neutral zone faceoff. Broner can't get it cleared. Richter sends it way wide of the net. Far side, Diaz will race over, cycles it up to McClin. McClin will send one. That's blocked by Sullivan. He'll come out into the neutral zone, deflected away off McClin. Becker will grab this one, forechecked by the Griffons. Does come to Richter. He'll backhand it, tried to get it to Diaz, blocked away. Now it's Broner. Tried to get it to Sullivan, stolen by Diaz, rejected. And now Diaz will get a hold of it again, centers it up front. Richter skates just past it. Well, that's a couple opportunities the Knights have to grab that puck in the high slot, and Richter and Neal both missed them. Now it'll be McClin, backside of Russo. Forechecked by Sullivan, loose puck grabbed by Becker. Sent up ahead to Brookfield, tried to get it around Broner. That didn't work out. Now Becker will dump it, delayed offsides. Easily grabbed by Sullivan. Poke checked away. Now it's Rode. Far side. Blocked by Fortner. Stolen by Sullivan once again. Fortner gets tied up with Rode. Rode loses his twig, goes to the bench. Twig's laying there in the middle of the ice. Up to neutral to McClin. Oh, nice move around Broner. Takes a shot, glove save Pontius. Nice move by McClin, getting himself a point-blank shot. Pontius equals that with a glove save.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Morrow, Fortner, and Smith. Castler and Seago. Faceoff comes back towards Seago. Can't hold it in the zone. Cleared by the Griffons. Now Seago will race back. He'll grab this one in his own zone. Sends it over near side to Morrow. Takes a shot. Pontius with a save. Held by Castler right at the blue line. Deflected off Milburn. Comes over near side. Fortner will battle for it. Along with Powell. Smith comes away with it. Centered right up front. Now goes down into the trapezoid. Oh, big hit there by Milburn on Fortner. Trickles out to neutral. This will be Seago. Looking, got time. Out to Fortner in neutral. Pushed ahead, here's Neal. Goes around Powell, shot just wide of the right post. Seago will hold it at the blue line. Now it trickles out. This will be Wiebe. Seago jumping up on the wall. Wiebe sends it near side Maynard. And Neal will battle for it. Comes up to Castler. His shot wide of the net. Held by Graham. Sends one back up front. Bounces it off Hansen. Right through the legs of Neal. Now it'll be Maynard up the left-hand side. All by herself, waiting on a line change. We'll send it down low. This will be Graham. Shot off the side of the net. Now grabbed by Graham once again. Up ahead, touched by Wiebe. Now to Neal. Goes around Clark, but gets squeezed by Sullivan. Wiebe takes a shot down low. Grabbed by Hansen. Up to Morrison. Centered up front, wide of the net, poked away by Pontius. Wiebe centers it back up front. Neal backhand. Pontius with a save. Hansen shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 4, Hansen from 71, Neal, and 42, Wiebe. And with 8:12 remaining in the first, Knights strike first, 1-0. Face-off grab by Sullivan. It's around Morrison, loses the puck. Now it's Graham up the half wall. Over to the near side. McManus tried to center it up front with Sullivan. Held by Clark, sends a shot, saved by Russo. Now it's Goins, pushes ahead just past Smith. He'll race after it, gets to it before Clark. Centered up front, slapped away by Broner. Now it's Busher, down low, grabbed by Sullivan. Slapped away by Smith. Centered up front to Goins. Poked away, goes over far side. Now Rode will backhand it. Morrison holds it. Bounces off Sullivan out in the neutral zone. Now it'll be Graham, sending it back into the Griffin zone. Right back out to neutral comes the stick of Goins. Goes around Rode, far side, in the neutral zone once again. Now again the blue line. Comes over near side. Graham, he'll take a shot. That was blocked by Broner. Now it goes up into the net. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will be in the Griffin zone. 6:49 remaining in the first. Knights on top 1-0. Brookfield, Richter, Diaz, Becker, and McClellan. Loose puck finally picked up by Richter. His shot goes wide. Brookfield will race after it. Mark will get to it for the Griffins. Can't get it cleared. Now it'll pop out to neutral. Grabbed by McClellan. Back into the Knight zone. Little time and space. Tipped by Milburn. Now stolen by Diaz. Back into the Griffin zone. Powell sends it back out to neutral. Tipped by Diaz up front. Grabbed by Brookfield. Slapped into the Griffin zone. Conroy sends it back out to neutral. Now McClellan's going to regroup. Leaves it for Becker. Off of Diaz's skate, down into the Griffin zone. Conroy sends it right back out. Here's Maynard. Up the left-hand side, poked away by Becker. She'll continue to chase after. Becker comes up with it in the neutral zone. Now we got a 2-on. Here comes Becker. Everybody stays on side. Quick shot right into the gut of Pontius. They'll blow that one dead. Face-off will be in the Griffin zone.
This game brought to you by CK Print and Design, your one-stop print shop.
Hanson, Wiebe, Morrow, Kassler, and Seago. Up high, Kassler, shot wide of the net. Seago will race over, holds it in at the blue line. Down to Wiebe, backhanded up front, nobody there for the Knights. Now it trickles out. This will be McManus. Into the Knight zone, can't get around Kassler. Morrow almost had the streaker up the side. Now it's cleared by Kassler, and we're going to get an icing. Face-off will come back into the Knight zone. 5:17 remaining in the first. Knights leading 1-0. Face-off win to Kassler. Slaps it off the half wall. Up front. Now we're going to do a delayed penalty, and this is going to be on the Knights. And we're going to get a cross-check, and that'll be Seago. He'll head off to the sin bin, brought to you by the Westport Flea Market Bar and Grill, home of the best burgers in Kansas City. Griffins go to the power play. Knights will bring in their PK unit, Fortner and Bo Smith, along with Morrison and Graham for this face-off glove side of Russo. Face-off pushed ahead by Fortner, grabbed by Bronner. Cross ice to Conroy. Down into the corner. Brought back up, quick shot, blocked by Fortner, cleared by Fortner. Nice forecheck by Smith. He'll get the puck down in the corner. Now it trickles up to neutral. This will be Milburn. To McManus, off his stick. Graham clears it right back, right to Pontius. Grabbed by Brunner once again. Cross ice, trying to get it to McManus. Out in front of him, Graham slaps it back into neutral. Now it's Brunner, come over near side, Milburn. Cross ice, McManus. Oh, big hit by Smith. Cleared by the Knights all the way down to Pontius once again. This will be grabbed by Bronner. 1 minute remaining on the Griffins power play. Pushed ahead, right to Graham. He tries to clear it. That's deflected off Sullivan. Comes near corner. Morrison can't get it out of the zone. Milburn. Stolen by Neal. Up the left-hand side. Milburn will come back with a back check. Pokes away the puck. Now around the half wall. And we're going to get a penalty. I don't know if this was on Milburn or not. Interference. And it's going to be Bronner. There's a couple hits out there when nobody had the puck. take your pick.
Score a goal today and call Peak 9 Insurance for your home, auto, and business needs.
So we'll skate 4-on-4 for 32 seconds, and the Knights will go to the power play. Neal, Busher, Goins, and McClin. Face-off win by the Griffons. Conroy off the glass, tried to get it past Goins. He'll send it back down low. Conroy once again off the glass. This time Goins can't hold it. No icing, it was tipped. Goins will come back, grab it in the Knight zone. Milburn with a forecheck. Pass deflected, comes right to McClin though. Here comes McClin. He'll gain the red line, gains the blue line. Whiffs on the shot. Milburn backhands it. McClin gets the steal. Now Sullivan backhander comes into the neutral, delayed offsides. Sullivan once again hard off the glass to Goins to Neal. Neal will slap it ahead right to himself, brings it in left-hand side. Takes the shot. Pontes with a save. Smith was right there for the rebound, but missed on it. Out to neutral. This will be McClin. Sauces it near side to Smith. Knights are on the power play. 57 seconds remaining, cleared by the Griffons. Shot by Sullivan, saved by Russo. Now it's McClin down low. He's got Smith near side, pushes it ahead to Smith. Pushes it ahead to Neal. Neal race in, poke checked away by Mark. Down into the corner. Busher goes right to the front of the net. Sullivan pokes it away from Neal. Up the wall to Goins. Takes a shot wide of the net. Popped up in the air. Now it'll come all the way out in the neutrals. Becker and Broner hit it at the same time. That's not Broner. He's in the box. Battle down low. Loose puck. Becker will come away with it. To Richter. Takes a shot. Pontius with a save. Richter centers it up front. Comes up high to Diaz. He came streaking in off the bench. Centered. Richter will send it off into the corner. Battle Conroy for it. Up the half wall. Blocked by Brookfield. Now Mark will clear it right to Becker. He tries to catch that one and it deflects off his glove right into the Griffins bench. Face-off will come out to neutral. Griffins are back to full strength. Actually, now they're going to call it into the Griffin zone. So the right of Pontius. So Richter, Diaz, Brookfield, Kassler, and Seago. Over towards Brookfield. He'll send it low. Broner around the half wall. Held by Diaz. Takes a shot. Blocker save Pontius. Off far side Richter. He'll backhand it down low. Diaz will get it in the trapezoid. Now here comes Sullivan with the puck. Look out, he's got some speed ahead of him. Up the right-hand side. Actually, Milburn. He'll take a shot. Russo with a save. Cleared out by Kassler. Broner will hold it. Sends it off into the far corner. Powell will hold this one to Milburn. Stolen now by Brookfield. TJ Brookfield dumps it into the Griffin zone, chases after it, gets it back in behind the net. Centered up front, Morrow has it poked away by Broner. To Maynard. Squeezed by Brookfield. He'll grab the puck around Mark. Off the half wall, too far out in front of Morrow. It'll come to Powell in his own zone. Sends it back out to neutral. Kassler delayed offside. Morrow gets onside. Now it's Sullivan. Right through the slot. Wiebe can't hold that one in at the blue line. Now it's Seago and Road battling for it up ahead. Sullivan, backhander, Russo with a save. And that's the end of the first. After one, it's the Knights 1, the Griffins 0.
Kansas City's closest rock bottom lake.
Jacob Hansen gets the scoring started for the Knights. 8:12 remaining in the first. Assisted by Chase Neal and Kellen Wiebe. Wiebe with her 3rd assist of the season. She's been kind of on a roll ever since she got that first goal down in Wichita back in December. Doubles up with the Iowa Lady Wild, so does miss some games from time to time. She took a shot last night, a little high elbow to the head. Had a nice little bruise on her chin. Looked at that earlier. Showing her toughness marks, and she's right back out there again today. So here we go to the second. First intermission's over. Neal, Busher, and Goins. Morrison and Graham. Russo will head to our right. Pontius heads off to our left. McManus, Sullivan, Rode. Conroy and Powell sent all the way down. Pontius will kick it off to the side. Now it'll be Busher. Deflected off Sullivan, comes near side to Neal. He'll go around Powell, battle for it down into the corner. Sent up high Morrison. He'll send it cross ice. Sullivan slaps it hard off the glass. Deflected, comes right up front. Neal with a little poke. Pontius with a save. Busher shot, Pontius save, back to Neal. Backhander, wide of the net. Busher with a big shot later, but I'm not sure he knew the whistle had blown. I heard it, but it doesn't mean the players heard it. And the net was off. And so I don't think the penalty was on Busher's hit late, but that's Conroy and Busher both going to the sin bin, so that'll offset. We'll skate 5-on-5. So they'll be eligible to come out first stoppage at 10:20 or thereafter. So it'll be Goins, Neal, and Fortner. Face-off will come near side. Morrison and Graham on the defense. Face-off comes to Neal. Being pestered there by McManus. Graham. Oh, they're going to call offsides as the puck crossed the blue line. Nobody heard that. Neal touches it up, and we'll get an offsides. Face-off will come out to neutral. Face-off, grabbed by Neal at the red line. Gains the blue line around Rode. Centers it up front, broken away by Broner. Now stolen behind the net by Neal. Sends it up the wall. McManus will try to clear it. Fortner will hold it. Now poked out by McManus. Graham sends it near side, but too far out in front of Morrison. Now it'll be Sullivan bringing it in. Morrison with a little body check up against the wall. Loose puck. Graham slaps it off the half wall. Sullivan sends it wide of the net. Centered up front, now grabbed by Fortner. Pushed ahead by Neal. Neal's going to win the race. He's got Goins up front, tries to get it to Goins. Shot! Pontius with the save. Nice centering pass from Neal to Goins. High scoring opportunity for the Knights right there in the low slot, but couldn't get it past Pontius.
This game is brought to you by Power Electric. Power puts people first.
Hansen, Morrow, Sullivan, McClin, and Becker for this offensive zone faceoff. Hansen wins it back. Becker pokes it off to the far side. This will be Clark. He'll backhand it off the half wall. Past everyone all the way out in the neutral zone. Grabbed by McClin. Pushed ahead, tipped by Morrow, now grabbed by Bronner. Back out to neutral, Hansen's backhander, grabbed by Milburn. Gains the red line, sends it into the Knight zone. Becker kicks it right back out to Milburn. Into the Griffin zone, Clark near side, just past Maynard. Maynard will poke it down in the Knight zone, battle McClin for it. McClin will come away with the puck after a little stick lift. Held by Milburn. Now skate in right-hand side, back check by Smith. Now sent up high to Broner. Hansen can't get it cleared. Milburn back up to Broner once again. They're just bouncing it back and forth between themselves. Now stolen by Smith. Loses the puck, grabbed by Hansen. Back check by Milburn. Now kick it off to Broner. Cross ice behind Mark. Now grabbed by Smith. Smith runs into Maynard. Loses the puck. McClin sends it up the half wall towards Broner. Broner sends it back to McClin. Cross ice over to Hansen. Down into the corner. Back behind the net tomorrow. Off his skate, comes up high to Maynard. Maynard will kick it out to neutral, trying to get it to Milburn. Back check by Smith, loses the puck. Now it's McClin. Up ahead to Smith. Stolen by Powell, kicked back into the Knight zone. Now it'll be Becker. Theodore Becker around the half wall, far side, held by McManus. Shot deflected, blocked down by Richter, pushes it ahead. That's past Smith, out to neutral. This will be Powell. Bouncing ahead into the Knight zone. Here comes Rode. Can't get a clean shot off. Checked by Becker. Down goes Rode. Becker sends it out to neutral. Picks up the return pass from Powell, brings it into the Griffin zone, takes a shot wide of the net. Comes over near side. Diaz holds it at the wall to Richter. Brookfield loses it off his stick. Now Powell will try to clear it. Brookfield holds it right back in. Takes a shot by Rode. Now around the half wall, this will be Becker. At neutral, waiting on Diaz to get onside. Now brings it in, sends it down low. He'll chase after it. Sullivan will get there first. Off the half wall to Rode. Back to Sullivan. Now Sullivan up the left-hand side. Coming one-on-one with Russo. Backhander. Saved by Russo. Cleared out by Diaz. Now the net's off. What a save by Russo's right leg. Nice move by Sullivan as he tried to go fake it right, come back door left, and Russo went for the fake to the right but got his right leg in the way of the shot going back door. Keeps it out of the net, keeps the game 1-0 Knights, 8:23 remaining in the second. Goins wins it down the corner, Kassler around the half wall to Fortner. Loses the puck to a back check. Shot, saved by Russo. Clark can't hold it. Now it's Goins. He'll go one-on-one with Conroy. In comes Smith. Glove save, Pontius, rebound, shoots, and scores! Kansas City goal, number 2, Colton Goins. That'll go unassisted. 8:03 remaining in the second. Knights are up 2-0. Well. Face-off kick back. Conroy up ahead, trying to get it to Maynard. Back comes Smith. He'll get the puck. Now poked away by Milburn. Stolen by Fortner. Shot goes wide left to Pontius. Scrum up against the half wall. Milburn will come away with it. Backhands it ahead to Mark. Around Seago. Mark up the right-hand side. Takes a shot. Russo with an easy save there. Grabbed by Kassler. Nice forecheck by Maynard. Loses the puck. Shot by Mark. Goes wide of the mark. Cleared out to neutral. This will be Conroy. Dumps it back in. Delayed offside. So Seago will grab this one easily. Cross ice pass, trying to get it to Goins. Mark was right there, pops up in the air. Fortner around Clark. Conroy sends it back out to neutral. Now it's Seago. Grabbed by Mark right at the blue line. Takes a shot wide of the net. Kassler far corner. Backhands it around the half wall. Comes over near towards Bo Smith. Pushed ahead. Now to Seago in the neutral zone. Off the stick of Conroy. Crossed ice. Bounces off the half wall. Right to Conroy again. In comes Neal. Deflected by Neal. Grabbed by Kassler. Kicked back out by Milburn. Now it's Maynard. This will be Mark in the neutral. Forecheck by Hansen. Now Mark will regain control. And we got a delayed offside, so Seago sends it over near side to Hansen. Deflected off his stick. Conroy back in his own zone. Up the half wall. Wiebe comes flying in, holds it. Tried to get it to Neal. Stolen by McManus. Centered up front. Russo will just cover this one up. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will be in the Griffin zone. 5:53 remaining in the second. Knights leading 2-0.
This game brought to you by CK Print and Design, your one-stop print shop.
Neal, Wiebe, and Hansen face off Griffins. Shot wide of the net. Morrison and Graham on the defense. Up the half wall, just past Wiebe. Now back to Morrison in his own zone. Quickly off the stick of Wiebe. Neal forecheck, slaps it back down low. Will race Bronner for it. Bronner will get there first. Neal continues to battle, gets it to Wiebe. Trickles out into neutral zone. This will be Rode and Morrison battling for it right here in front of us. Pushes it ahead to Wiebe, and we're going to get a delayed penalty. This is on the Griffins. Wiebe, shot, Pontius with a save. Wiebe continues to battle for it. Now the Griffins will touch it up. Russo just getting to the bench, trying to get that sixth skater in, and Rhodes going to go to the sin bin. High sticking for Rode. Knights to the power play. Morrow, Busher, Smith, Morrison, and Graham. Can't stop the feeling. Quick shot by Smith, saved by Pontius. Right off the faceoff. Comes to Graham. Back to Smith. To his forehand. Shot wide of the net. Morrow right there. Poked away by Conroy. Sent up the half wall. Busher and Morrison. Busher comes away for it. Leaves it for Morrison. He was going too far right. Now it'll be Mark will battle for it. Busher comes away with it. Morrison holds it. Sends one. That's deflected by Conroy. Now Smith back behind Pontius. Sends it to Morrow. Shot wide of the net. Morrison holds it at the blue line. Mark will battle for it. Trickles out to neutral. Now we're going to get a delayed offsides. Conroy will get this one easily. No pressure. Knights will now regroup and come at him. Conroy up the half wall. Out to neutral to Morrison. Cross ice. Slapped down by Busher. Sends one down into the near corner. Conroy backhanded up the half wall. Held by Morrison at the blue line. Now grabbed by Sullivan. Morrison sends it back the other way. Mark and Busher hit it at the same time. Now pops up in the air. Grabbed by Morrow. Nice back check. Smith sends it low. Busher shot off the side of the cage. Morrison holds it once again at the blue line. Deflected by Smith. Cleared by the Griffins. Now it'll be Graham. Graham will get there before Sullivan. Up ahead to Goins. 22 seconds remaining on the power play. Goins in deep. Down in the corner. Around the backside of Pontius. Back to his forehand. Cross ice. Fortner shot. Save Pontius. Clearing pass. Can't get out. Goins. Now he'll get forechecked by Sullivan. Cleared out into the neutral zone. 5 seconds. That'll end the power play. Pushed ahead to Smith. Into Goins. Griffins are back to full strength, loses it down in the corner. Goins and Conroy. Nice reverse check by Goins. Now sent around the half wall near side. This will be Mark. Can't get to it. McClin sends it down low. Now Neal. Tries to center it up front, broken up by Conroy. Neal and Sullivan run into each other. Shot deflected. Comes all the way down to Russo. He'll cover it up as Sullivan was streaking after it. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. 2:41 remain in the second. Knights leading 2-0.
Score a goal today and call Peak 9 Insurance for your home, auto, and business needs.
Richter, Brookfield, Diaz, McClin, and Becker. Richter and Sullivan, or Milburn, will do the face-off. Comes to Becker. Won by the Knights. Back behind Russo. Slaps it off the half wall. Richter misses on that, but does come out to neutral. Now it'll be Milburn. Pressured by Brookfield. Sends a shot from the red line. Glove saved by Russo. He'll drop it for Becker. Off of McClin's stick. Clark holds it in for the Griffins. Comes right to Becker at the crease. He'll push it ahead to Diaz. Diaz will gain the blue line. Leaves it for Richter. Broken up by Clark. Here comes Mark the other way. Gains the red line. Gains the blue line. Deflected off by Russo near corner. Mark will grab this one. Back behind Russo. Far side Maynard. Gets it to Milburn. Becker will clear it. Conroy will get there first. And into the Knights bench it went. .147 remaining in the second. Knights leading 2-0. Faceoff will come down into the Griffin zone. This will be blocker side of Pontius.
Kansas City's closest, Rock Bottom Lake.
Neal, Wiebe, Hansen, Kassler, and Seago. Neal wins it back to Kassler. Over to Seago. Doesn't get a clean shot off. Now to come all the way into the Knight zone. Back behind Russo is Seago. Pressured by Rode. Seago will send it to Neal. Neal will come up the left-hand side. He'll go around Powell. Shot. Nice back check by Powell as he deflects the shot from Neal. Now Neal sends it up. Seago saved by Pontius. Hansen. Wiebe. Deflected off by the Griffins. Now Neal brings it up high to Kassler. He'll take a shot. Pontius with another save. Danger zone. Gonna hide into the danger zone. Knights will bring in Busher, Fortner, Goins. Kassler and Seago stay out. Goes down in the corner. Now Kassler will hold at the blue line. Sent up front by Busher. Blocked by Powell. Cleared by McManus. Seago in his own zone. Cross ice to Fortner. Nice pass. Over to Goins. Brings it in. Brings it back over near side towards Busher. Busher's got room to skate. Takes a shot wide of the net. Round the half wall. Now it's McManus. Racing Kassler for it. McManus gets to it first. Kassler slows him up. Bounces it right into the gut of Goins. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty on the Knights. And that'll be Baby Fortner elbowing, and he'll head off to the sin bin. Griffins will go to the power play. Face-off will be glove side of Russo. 32.5 seconds remaining in the second. Knights will bring in Brookfield, Richter, Morrison, and Graham for this penalty kill. So barring a goal by the Griffins will start the third on that power play. Face-off comes to McManus. Cross ice, Conroy takes a shot wide of the net. Comes over near side, held by Broner. Down into the corner to Sullivan. Centered up front. Milburn's right there. Oh, and they called goal, and that was not in the back of the net. 15 seconds remaining, and the Knights parents did not like that call, and it was not in there. Milburn tried to poke it in the backside. And with 15 seconds remaining, that's a power play goal for the Griffons, although it did not cross the line. Ooh. But from his angle, he was also blocked by Russo's body, so in the ref's defense. But if you don't see it clearly go in, so 2-1 Knights. Diaz will come in. Fortner goes to the bench. Power play goal for the Griffons. Face off Richter to Graham. Forecheck by McManus. Just got credit for the goal. Now sends it over near side. This will be Morrison. Up the half wall. Broner will hold it. Now it trickles out to neutral. Sullivan sends it across ice. 3 seconds remaining. That'll end the period as Graham will get this back behind Russo. After 2, it's the Knights 2, the Griffons 1. Refs are convening. Maybe they're talking about the goal. A little too late now. We have seen in the past where they disallowed a goal, waited for stoppage, the refs talked, and then they came back with a goal. I think that was a right call way back when. I think it was against Wichita right before Christmas. In this case, no convening. They are going with the original ref's call. We'll head to the third with the Knights leading 2-1. Knights will come out with Busher, Neal, and Smith, Morrison and Graham. Griffons will counter with Mark, Milburn, and Maynard. Face-off win by Neal over to Graham. Up ahead to Busher. Around Clark. Takes a shot. Wide of the net. Comes over near side. Morrison and Maynard will battle for it. Smith gets to it. Sends it over near side to Neal. Around the half wall towards Maynard. Deflected. Grabbed by Busher. Toes the blue line. Nice move by Busher. Shoots and scores! Kansas City goal, number 23, Riley Busher. Nice move to get to the low slot, puts it right past Pontius, and the Knights go back out in front by 2. It's 3-1. Just 31 seconds into the period. Neal and Smith will stay out there. Goins will come in for Busher. Morrison and Graham. Goins will take the face-off against Sullivan. Face-off win by the Griffons, back to Broner. Sauces it high, trying to hit Rode with it. Bounces off the half wall, stolen by Neal. Now it's Smith at neutral. Right back to Neal. Neal will gain the blue line and dump it back behind Pontius. Now it'll be Powell, back checked by Smith. Rode and Smith will battle for it. In comes Sullivan. And the Griffons come away with it. Now to be McManus. Up the right-hand side. Loses the puck. Sullivan right to the front of the net. Morrison follows him. Loose puck, grabbed by Broner. Sent into the Knight zone. This will be Morrison's. Hard off the half wall, backside. McManus will hold it. Comes right up front towards Sullivan. Now he'll lose it far side. This will be Smith. Pushes it ahead to Neal. Poke checked away by Powell. Goins sends it back to Neal. Can't get to the puck. Now it's Smith. Over to Neal. Far side. Whiffs on the backhand. Sullivan with the forecheck. Neal comes away with it. Around Powell. Down low. Goins working up front. Smith. Deflected. Comes over near side. Now grabbed by Goins. Cross ice. That'll be McClellan. Neal and Smith go to the bench. In comes Brookfield. Poke checked away by Rode. Becker holds it at the blue line. Diaz is also checked in. Now it'll be back into the Knight zone. Richter. Broner holds it at the blue line. Takes a check from Rode. Rode comes away with it. Shot saved by Russo. Goes over far side. Grabbed by Mark. Glove saved by Russo. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will be to the left of Russo. His glove side in the Knight zone. 10:24 remain in the game. Knights leading 3-1.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Seago and Kassler check in. Richter, Brookfield, and Diaz will stay out there on the forwards. Faceoff comes right towards Maynard. Gets deflected. Russo gloves that one up. Faceoff once again to the left of Russo. Couple quick face-off wins so far in this game by the Griffons. Getting quick shots right off that face-off. Clark will send it down low, back into the trapezoid. Kassler sends it around the half wall towards Brookfield. DJ Brookfield up the left-hand side, gains the red line, dumps it into the Griffin zone. Back behind Pontius. Grabbed by Conroy, deflected up high, out into the neutral zone. Kassler will come back, grab this in his own zone. Up the half wall. Right to Milburn. Forecheck by Richter, can't get to it. Gains the red line, dumps it in. That'll be far corner Seago. Up the wall to Brookfield. Up ahead to fast Freddie Richter. Loses it off, going back to his right, down in the corner. Now around the half wall, Seago holds it back behind Pontius. Pops up in the air. Brookfield, Diaz all battling for it. Conroy will get to it, wraps it around the half wall, out to neutral. Now it'll be Kassler. Sends it back to Seago, cross ice. D-to-D pass. Back behind Russo comes Seago. Sends it cross ice, right off of Richter's stick. Gets it ahead to Brookfield. Broner sends it back the other way. Tipped by Morrow out into the Griffin zone. Bronner sends it right back. This will be Maynard up the left-hand side. Gains the red line, dumps it back behind Russo. Seago will get there first in the far corner, up the wall, just past Wiebe. Powell will hold it at the blue line, trickles out into the slot. Nice back check by Wiebe, gets the steal. Milburn equalizes it. Oh, big check by Kassler. Now cross ice towards Hansen. Powell holds it at the blue line. Now Wiebe sends it out to neutral, continues to battle for the puck. Down into the Griffin zone. Comes near side. Wiebe once again. Hansen. Backhander. Pontius with the save. They'll glove that one up. Face-off will be to the right of Pontius with 8:17 remaining in the game. Knights leading 3-1.
This game brought to you by CK Print and Design, your one-stop print shop.
Busher, Fortner, and Bo Smith will check in for the Knights. Morrison and Graham on the defense. Sullivan and Fortner will take the face-off. Grabbed by Busher. Oh, tried to get it to Smith. Just past his stick. Now Graham will come back into the Knight zone, sends it back up to Fortner. Or to Smith. Smith to Fortner. Tries to pull back to his forehand. Broken up by Broner up the half wall. Held by Smith. Now down into the corner. Sullivan whiffs on the clearing pass. Now gets control of it around the half wall. Rode up to McManus. He'll be separated from the puck by Smith. Graham will get it. Round back to Smith. To Fortner. Fortner will lose it off his backhand. Comes back in and grabs it. Dispossessed of the puck. Rode holds it at the blue line. Now loose puck right there. Broner holds it. Sends it off far side towards Sullivan. Graham up to Busher. Little behind Fortner. Kick back into the Knight zone. 7:15 remaining in the game, and we're going to get an icing by the Griffons. Face-off will come back into the Griffons zone. This time it'll be blocker side of Pontius. Knights will switch it up. Diaz, Brookfield, Richter, Becker, and McClin. Sullivan sends it down the corner. Conroy off the glass. Odd bounce. Becker backhand right to Richter. His backhand blocked by Clark. Richter around the half wall. Kicked up ahead to Sullivan. Nice poke check there by Becker. Now quickly ahead. Richter into the high slot. Takes a shot deflected by Conroy. Goes over far corner. Richter and Clark will battle for it. Kicked up high, McClin. He'll send one. Pontius with the save. Covers it up. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Griffin zone. 6:41 remaining in the game with the Knights leading 3-1. They like Fergie around here. That's 2 or 3 songs I've heard from the Black Eyed Peas. Richter and Milburn take the face-off. Comes to Brookfield. His shot deflected. Now blocked by Clark. Diaz shot right off the mask of Pontius. Rebound. Saved by Pontius again. Now cleared. Grabbed by McClin. Forward check by Milburn. Big check by Becker. He trips over Milburn. Diaz comes away with it. Diaz from the high slot bounces one off the heel of Conroy. Brookfield shot. Glove save Pontius. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Griffin zone. 6:08 remaining in the game. Knights leading 3-1. Face off will be glove side of Pontius in the Griffin zone. Morrow, Hansen, Wiebe will check in. Kassler and Seago on the defense. Loose puck grabbed by the Griffins. Rode. Chips it around Seago, up the right-hand side. Gains the red line, tips it down into the Knight zone. Kassler will send it around the half wall. Broner will send it back down deep. Rode and Seago will battle for it. Deflected right up front. Shot saved by Russo! Right off the right leg pillow. Morrow can't get it cleared. Powell holds it. Now it's Rode. Sent into the middle. Slapped down by Wiebe. Has it deflected away. Now it'll come out to neutral. Now we'll get a delayed offside, goes up into the net, so they'll blow it dead. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. Blocker side of Russo with 5:33 remaining. Knights leading 3-1. Face-off down low. Kassler can't get it cleared. Rode holds it. Now it comes to Wiebe. Wiebe will get it out of the neutral zone. Sent right back in by Broner. Delayed offsides. Kassler will grab this one easily. Backhand it. Seago didn't know the pass was going back there. Far side. Now Hansen has to battle for it. Wiebe backhander held by the Griffins. Powell. Now it's Kassler up the right-hand side. Sends it into the Griffin zone. Hansen will race over far corner. McManus had gotten back behind the defense, but couldn't gain control of the puck. Now it'll be a battle in the far corner. Rode and Sego. Comes DeMauro, backhander, right up to Powell at the blue line. Sends it back down low, back behind Russo. Sullivan right through the slot. Broner shot, blocker save Russo. Cleared by the Knights, down into the Griffin zone. We're going to get 5 fresh legs, 4:28 remaining. Long stretch pass from Powell to McManus, tipped down into the far corner. Graham gets it to Brookfield. Stolen by Broner, skates in, high slot, takes a shot just over the glove of Russo. Broner will get it near corner. Diaz comes in, and he'll get it cleared out to neutral. Brookfield pushing it ahead down into the Griffin zone. Sent past Morrison. Icing will be the call. Face-off will come back into the Griffin zone with 3:54 remaining in the game.
Kansas City's closest, Rock Bottom Lake.
Richter, Brookfield, Diaz, Morrison, and Graham. Offensive zone face-off, left side of Pontius. Diaz comes away with it, poked away by Conroy. Held by Richter. Now it's cleared out by the Griffins. Morrison will go D to Graham. Clark will try to clear it. Now it's Graham with a shot way wide of the net. Comes over near side, TJ Brookfield. In the corner, poke check by Conroy. Comes around the backside of Pontius. Down goes Mark, loose puck right underneath him. Clark will try to clear it. Graham holds it, and we're going to get a roughing penalty. That'll be on Brookfield. He'll head off to the sin bin. Brought to you by the Westport Flea Market Bar and Grill, home of the best burgers in Kansas City. 3:19 remaining in the game. Griffins go to the power play. They've already got 1 power play goal today. They'll try to get this lead cut in half, see if and when they pull Pontius. Neal comes in for this penalty kill. Fortner shoots and scores Milburn. Fortner tried to clear it. Neal was streaking right through the middle, bounced off of Neal, comes right to the stick of Milburn, and he puts it in the back of the net. And with 3:15 remaining, just a quick 4 seconds into that power play, and the Griffins have cut the lead in half. And their second power play goal of the day. And it's 3-2. Becker off the half wall. Sullivan backhands it back in. Now it's cleared into the Griffin zone, delayed offsides. This will be Broner. Quickly out to Milburn. Just scored. Gains the blue line. Sends it over near side Sullivan. Dispossessed of the puck. Looking for that big check, and he let the puck slide. Now it's Conroy in his own zone. Up the half wall. Goins can't get to it. Sullivan will race down, get to it first before McClellan. Centered up front, off Milburn's stick. Backhander Broner. Sullivan in the corner, deflected off the skate of McClellan. Now to be Conroy. Skates back into his own zone. Pushed up ahead to McManus. He's got a goal today. Pressured by McClellan. Stick of Smith, tried to get it to go and streaking up the right-hand side. Stolen. Here comes the Griffins. Sullivan down in the corner. Looks to center it up front. Just passed. Stick McManus. Conroy sends it back down low. Now it's Sullivan in the near corner. Blocker save Russo. Milburn from behind the net. Centered up front. Russo with a save. Shot blocked. Here comes Busher up the right-hand side. Gains the blue line. Takes a shot. Pontius with a save. Right off the blocker, now Conroy pushes it ahead, trying to get it to McManus. Arms in the air. Graham's going to get it, no icing. 1:30 remaining. Pushed ahead to Smith. Poked away, delayed offsides. Graham sends it right back into neutral, now kicked in to the Knight zone. McClin will look over his shoulder, sends it up the wall. Pontius is gone. He skates to the bench, sixth skater, in comes Milburn. Empty net, out into neutral ice. This will be Milburn. Cross ice to Broner. McManus at the red line, pressured by Goins. Empty net, kicked up. This is McClin. McClin will sauce it. This will be blocked by Conroy. 53 seconds remaining. Sullivan once again. Cross ice, trying to get it to McManus. Into the Knight zone. Now Sullivan comes down, grabs it, got Milburn right up front. Shot saved by Russo. Road backhander comes over near side. Now it's Busher. Big check by Milburn as Busher sends it around the boards. Smith clears it. Conroy in his own zone. Pushed ahead. Sullivan. Cleared by Graham. And that's going to be an icing. 16 seconds remaining in the game. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. And we're going to get a timeout by the Griffons. Knights need to try to win this. 16 seconds is enough. Plenty of time for the Griffons. They scored with 15 seconds left in the first period to get on the board first. That was McManus. I'm sure Sullivan will take this face-off as he's taken most of them when he's been out on the ice. And that first goal that the Griffons got that was really questionable whether it had crossed the line. The ref said yes. My view of it said no. But I don't have a say. And that goal now is lingering big as the Knights lead 3-2. It'll be a defensive zone face-off for the Knights. Empty net for the Griffons. So they'll take this face-off with 6 skaters down on the Knights' end. Knights will bring out Richter, Brookfield, Diaz, McClin, and Graham. Richter needs to try to win it down in the corner where McClin is standing. Maybe he can pinch it up against the boards and kill off this time. Sullivan will take the face-off. Bronner. McManus will be up high. Conroy. Tied up at the dot. Sullivan blocked. Shot sent far corner. Centered up front. Diaz can't get it cleared. Shot goes wide. 4 seconds. 3. Milburn in the corner. Centers it off the side of the cage. Knights win 3-2. Knights got things started in the first. It was Jacob Hansen from Neal and Wiebe. Then we had an unassisted by Goins with 8:03 remaining in the second. Knights led 2-0. McManus late in the second, 15 seconds remaining in the game. Gets the Griffons on the board 2-1. Knights just 31 seconds into the third period. Busher unassisted to get a 3-1 lead. And then with 3:15 remaining on a power play goal, both goals by the Griffons were power plays. They make it 3-2, and that's the way it ends. So thanks for joining us. Final score, Knights 3, Griffons 2. Varsity action coming up next in about 15 to 20 minutes. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you then.